When you look at geology, it's pretty foundational. Have you experienced any earthquakes here? So geology isn't done. It's a system. It's alive. So we often talk about the geology of a place. Now, the history of it is determining a lot of what we are right now. Who we are, where we live, we're very aware of our geology. And it keeps us aware of itself every day. It also gives guidance to, but is also informed by, over time, the hydrological systems. Now, we often say, well, rivers and streams, and it's hard not to put pictures of the river and the stream when we say hydrology. Is that where the hydrology is? Is it in the river? Is it even in the stream? Is it even in the ocean? I mean, it's much more complex than that, right? You can't take a picture of hydrology. If you wanted to take a picture of geology and hydrology, it'd be the same picture of a place. It'd be the same watershed, because the geology is there. It is interfacing with the hydrology, but it's like cardiovascular and digestive system. Now, if you look through history, as people traveled and became settlers in other places, they created settlements and formed settlement patterns based on what was available biologically, hydrologically, and geologically. I mean, why in the world is this place we live so sought after? You know, what is here and what makes it possible for us to live here? And if you look at the hills and the way things are built, they're built based on how those other systems work. Now, I know that I'm a little overstating this, because when we don't spend time looking at the biological systems, the hydrological systems, and the geological systems, we don't build settlement patterns very well. They fall down hills. You know, they get flooded. We try and build embankments to stop the floods. You know, well, that didn't work. We'll build a higher embankment, or now build rows of embankments, and maybe we can divert it. And if you were to go to New Orleans and ask this question, and you would discover they are rebuilding in this exact same floodplains that were washed away in Katrina. And they have wealthy people, movie stars, helping them do it so they can have their homes back, right? So settlement patterns, in theory, should follow a little bit this other stuff, right? We should at least ask the questions. Now, out of the settlement patterns come economic systems. So what it is that we can have biologically, and we settle there, we discover, this is a great place for fishing. Or this is a great place for farming. And pretty soon we have whole economies built around what it was that was available in the biology where we've settled. And it becomes the way a whole community gets known. How do economies get formed, and how is it you build on them based on what it is that's in a place? And the last of these 6 is cultures then become descriptors of what it is that all the others have been. You begin to see cultures where if fishing is the primary thing, you've got totems that are filled with fish. Celebrations which are all about fish. If it's about forest, you've got annual harvest festivals, or some kind of, I don't know, what do you have this for forest? Do you have any annual? Right, see? So you always have the culture. You'll find songs. If you go back in time, you'll find the songs that tell the story, and families will sit and tell the stories. The cultures are wrapped around what the economy was, where it was in the place in the world that it was settled, and the history of the settlements and how they exist in those natural systems.